I'm back with Killzone Shadowfall. This is Chapter 9, Part 5, the last part of Chapter 9. Thank God it was such a long fucking chapter. And you're gonna see how I beat this chapter without dying at all. I said in Chapter 9, Part 4 that I was gonna pick up the voltage. Well, I made a mistake. This, whatever the fuck this rocket launcher is called, was the first one available to pick up, but I picked it up, and you can see it was a good choice. It makes pretty good and quick work of these guys with the riot shield and the shotguns. Those guys are extremely difficult to hit. You basically have to get a headshot on them, or use your owl to shock them and then hit them in the body when they're all fucked up from getting shocked. But you're taking a risk when there's this many enemy in one room using your owl to do something like that, because if you were to die while your owl was shocking that guy, then he wouldn't revive you and would say unavailable. But I made a good choice. I picked up this rocket launcher. I made real quick work of all these guys, and then I'm gonna go over here and get some ammo, and then I do end up picking up the voltage. Now you're gonna notice when I advance to the second part, I go upstairs and I go to the door. I fight and have the shootout with a number of the enemies from the other side of the door. And the reason why, here, this is when I realized the voltage was available. And this is where I picked it up at. Because none of the enemies are gonna come through the door. They're all gonna stay on that side of the door. So if I ever need to back up and get more ammo or get a different gun, I can do so without having to worry about those guys coming through and shooting at me, because the door will be shut and I'll be safe. So I do that knowing that I'm going to be safe on this side of the door. The only time that I'm going to be vulnerable is when I open up the door and you see I get a little bit of damage taken there. And look at my owl get stuck in the door. So I send my owl in to shoot at and distract those guys while I shoot at and kill these guys. So I still have 2 adrenaline packs, and I know that there's several of them inside this room. And when I finally do go inside this room, it's because the only 2 that are in there aren't advancing that far forward, and they're not going to until I come in. But as soon as you enter the room, then you're gonna have more enemies come from the back, and they're gonna come in. But I think if you stay on this side of the room and fight them, you know, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with your voltage, and fuck them up, you know, fuck these guys up, make sure they're dead, and then go to the other side. And you'll see here, I get this guy's dead, and so I use my tactical echo, see this guy here, and I know that he's not one of those blue armored guys or a shotgun guy, so I'm just gonna pull out my regular gun, because you don't want to waste all of your voltage bullets on these guys that don't have the armor or the shotguns. And I ran over there, I almost ran into a fucking hornet's nest with a red screen, and I see that guy with the blue armor, so I pull out my voltage again, and I see that there's 2 of them, and make real quick work of those 2 guys. And then I jump to this side, same thing, hit these guys, and the voltage, not only does it fuck them up and kill them, but it makes it so that they can't even shoot at you any longer. So, and I know my voltage is out of ammo right now, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time trying to reload it at that particular moment. So that's why I threw a fucking EMP grenade, shot at him, and then came over here and reloaded, and it gave me just enough fucking time to reload it, and was able to hit that dude with the riot shield. So I saw before this guy with the shield and the minigun come over here, destroy his shield, destroyed the dude with the minigun, and the very last fucking bullet in the in the voltage, kills the very last fucking enemy. And at this fucking point, dude, I'm so fucking happy. I'm so fucking ecstatic that it's finally fucking over. This long ass journey that I've been on trying to complete this campaign is over. And I come out and I approach this very slowly because I don't you don't want to run off the edge and die at the very last second. So you're going to come up here and you're going to find Stahl, and then you're going to see that he's just some sick old man in a hospital bed, basically just being kept alive by a bunch of machines. And you're going to get betrayed by your lifetime friend, Sinclaire. Your friend and your mentor. He saved you from the Hellgas when you were a little boy, and then he put you through the Shadow Marshal training, and he's been your mentor your whole life. And he turns on you and kills you. And so anyways, I want you to notice, because in chapter 10 I'm going to talk about what I'd like to see in the new Killzone Shadowfall. And I guess I can start now since I still have 2 minutes left. I want you to notice that Sinclaire this whole game has been wearing one sole black glove, which is one black glove on one of his hands. And the terrorist group that blew up the building in Vecca City is called the Black Glove. Stahl, Tyron, and everybody that is involved are called the Black Glove. And here this guy, Sinclaire, turns on you, and he's wearing one black glove. And you'll see in chapter 10, after he kills me, Echo goes and gets revenge and snipes him and kills him. And so that's what I would like to see. I don't want to see a Killzone 5. I want to see a Killzone Shadowfall Part 2. And I want to play it from the vantage point of Echo. I want to play as Echo. And at the end of chapter 10, she snipes him and kills him to prevent him from starting a war. You know, I don't really care where they go with it from that point. Guerrilla Games they're real good developers. They're real good at making games. They make awesome fucking games. And I hope they're listening to this. And I hope that's what happens. I hope there's a Killzone Shadowfall Part 2. And I hope it starts off where this game ended, with Echo maybe getting apprehended by the Shadow Marshals and put into a prison, and maybe she has to break out of a prison, and then you play Killzone Shadowfall Part 2 as the Hellgas. You know, because no matter how flat you make a pancake, there's always two sides to every story, right? And so I would like to play as the Hellgas. But anyways, this is about to come to an end. Thanks for paying attention to my series. And chapter 10, the last chapter, part 1, or the only part, is coming up next. Thanks for watching. Bye.